What's up guys, Ronaldo here and welcome to this AMR 19 and 21 guide here for you guys. So AMR 1921 is fighter based and 20 and 22 is mage based. Overall the fight is going to be pretty similar, but let's just go right into the mechanics. Then I give you a little tier list on what you need and also what kind of units you need to build your team around. So first up we have the boss. And basically the boss, what he does multiple things, right? He's going to be standing here. I have it. I think I have it. Do I have it? Yes, I do. Okay. So basically the boss is going to be standing here, right? And the boss is going to summon these guys, a bunch of these guys. But to summon them, he uses his own flesh and hurts himself. And then these guys will run down lane 1. This is going to be lane 1. Then we have lane 2 is going to be up here, where all these graves are coming from, so that you need to defend. And these graves are lane 3. So lane 1 are going to be the spawns from his own flesh. Lane 2 are going to be some guys that merge and are very tanky and deal a lot of damage to your tank and some weak enemies. And lane 3 are some weak mobs as well that you need to defend, because if these lane 3 mobs walk down here to the boss will absorb them, heal himself, and get empowered and stronger and deal more damage. Now, what the boss also does is he is going to slam the ground every now and then, dealing a bunch of AoE damage to everyone. So you also kind of want to have a healer in most cases. So now, knowing that, we need to def 3 lanes. And he is gonna hurt himself while he's spawning these guys, right? So knowing that, I have something prepared for you guys. There we go. So basically what we will need to do is the lane 1 is the big thing. Lane 1 is the hard part. And for lane 1, you're gonna use 3 fighters, AoE fighters, and a tank. So the tank will be Isolde, because she can provide all of your fighters with extra block, making them able to block these lanes, and you don't need another fighter and you have more damage. Reason being the last mechanic of the boss fight that is actually crucial, and that is these guys that he spawns. If you don't kill them in time, they're gonna explode and kill pretty much anything around, right? He's gonna summon a lightning strike basically on these guys and they're just gonna explode, kill everything around. You don't want that. You want to kill them fast enough. But just with one single AoE fighter, you're not gonna be able to kill them fast enough if we're talking normal gear. If we're talking normal gear, you're not gonna be able to kill them fast enough, and therefore you don't want to really use a tank. You want to use double fighters. And thanks to Isolde, these double fighters will be able to have enough block to block all of these guys, and therefore you will have more damage. Basically, you have 2 lanes here, right? On lane 1 you have 2 kind of angles where they're gonna be coming from, and basically you're gonna use Isolde with your strongest AoE fighter in one side and 2 AoE fighters on the other side, taking care of the other side. So you have 1 extremely strong AoE fighter taking care of one side, and 2 mid AoE damage fighters taking care of the other side, getting yourself the damage done in time. So you have 3 fighters that you want to use and a tank like Isolde. Hold on, I can show you already the team here. This is going to be the team, so I can explain it better. Now you're going to be wondering, what is Magda what is Harpoon doing? What is Dagna doing here? Hold on. So yeah, there's that. Then lane 2 is gonna be these tanky guys, and these tanky guys you want to absorb by using a tank like Gluttony, who's gonna one-shot them. So you already have done the single target part done with these, and you're just gonna use any AoE damage, any of your leftovers as your AoE damage. So let's say you use these 3, just like I'm gonna use in this guide, as your lane 1 AoE fighters, right? Volca, Abominations, both free to play, and Astrid, right? And then we could also say, if you on your account, right, this is a free to play guide, but if you also have someone like a Magda, someone like an Arrogance, you can also put them in lane 2. No problem like that. Lane 2 really is your leftovers. Your leftovers are going to be in lane 2. So leftovers like Scorch, for example. Scorch, we're going to use Scorch here for our lane 2 for the AoE damage. And for the lane 3, this one right here, you won't have a spot for a healer. You won't have a spot for a healer. This is the stage 22 map actually. Hold on. This way you see it better. You only have one spot here, right? So lane 2, you only have this spot and no healer, and therefore you want to have a fighter that can heal himself. Lane 3. So Wrath works perfectly. You can use Deimos, you can use Salazar with the Awakenings, or you can use him and just put him in, take care of one wave, take him out with his short respawn timers, take him in back in, and so forth. Lane 3 is also no big deal. It's mainly lane 1 and lane 2 survivability. So with that, knowing that, we also have healers. Now the healer you really want to have rage regen, especially if you use the likes of Astrid, you kind of want her ult to be up faster. So Hollow and Eloin are going to be very good for that. Then you can use an Invic buffer if you have a constant, you can make use of her to buff your fighters as well. And of course all of these units work. We're going to be more on the free-to-play side here, and that is going to be this. Now you guys might be wondering, what is Harpoon doing here, what is Dagna doing here? Well, like I explained, basically we can put it in here so you see it. You want lords, you want one healer, you want overall 4 AoE fighters, 2 tanks, 1 fighter with healing. Invic buffer is okay, and that's it. You don't need more. So we're not going to need her, we're not going to need him. We're just going to put these 2 in for a stronger Northerners lord bonus. That's it. We don't even need them. And we are going to use a Scorch. We're going to use a Scorch. Man, who would have ever thought? But he is one free-to-play option or epic unit that we have that we can actually use that has enough range. There's not that many fighters that have 2-tile range that are hitting decently. From the free-to-play factions, but of course instead of Scorch you can use Veldren, Lust, anything, Valkyra, Valk, Magda as well, right? You have many options. But I think enough talking, let's go into the fight and you see kind of how this plans out and my thought process behind everything and the placements and everything. So first up, I'm going to place Abomination plus Volca here. It's important that these guys are on the lower side, and then we're going to place Astrid here. Now the reason why we have Abomination and Volca here, like we said, we have 2 fighters on one side and 1 stronger fighter on the other, right? So we have Abom and Volca, they both don't hit as hard as Astrid when she's in her ult. Astrid, when she's in her ult, she just shreds, right? And the reason why I thought of this strategy instead of having like someone like an Oleg in front or anything is because this way your Abomination can actually profit a lot from his passive, where he gains bonus stats when he gets attacked, right? Whenever he suffers damage. So he can get a lot of value through that, and he can also get his ultimate faster, and he can always hit. So we're going to use that to our advantage as well, without sacrificing the block that we need, because we can have Abomination plus Isolde here helping with the block. So they come in here, right? They come in, and then we can just pop that ultimate, pop her ultimate as well to increase the block of everyone here, right? We have insane amounts of block. We can just pop that ult, and we can pop this ultimate as well. Already place our Gluttony up here. And as you already saw, guys, he lost a lot of HP from summoning these guys. And he already hammered on the ground for some AoE damage on everyone. So now we're just taking care of business here, slowly but surely. Abomination finally in his ultimate as well. And then we can place down our Scorch here. Now Scorch is a very weak character, guys, keep that in mind. Anything but Scorch will do a better job. And then this Unholy Requiem, this is now the time where you need to be able to to kill all of the mobs. If you haven't killed them by now, they're gonna be gone. They're gonna be gone. So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. You need to kill them before that unholy requiem comes, and I think this is kind of a very nice strategy. I like it. Like instead of Astrid, a good option for you guys wondering, good options instead of Astrid would be Valk or Dea or Magda, that work very well instead of Astrid's in her spot. So unholy requiem. Oh, actually, yeah, he now summons a new badge. Now here you see this guy is very tanky, deals a lot of damage, gets gobbled up from the big gobbler. That's my goat. That's my goat right there. Love him. I love to see that. So now, next wave coming in, he smacks the ground. We can already pop this ult. Pop that. Can delay our ultimate a little bit here. And pop our ult here. We can place our Ref up here now. So he can get his ult ready. And yeah, they're just getting the job done. And speed it up here. I'm gonna pop that ultimate from the holo, and that's very good now because the holo ult gives us increased healing. And now while this tanky guy is hitting, you'll see it. Gluttony eats a lot of damage from this guy, so having holo's ult active while this guy is hitting him is helping him a lot to survive. Now he's gonna gobble him up. There we go. And we're gonna be good to go. As you can see, he's only 16%. From all of the summons that he did, he sacrificed a lot of HP all the time. And also, the reason why we have Volca and Abomination down here is this way, right? Abomination is so tanky, and Volca is as well, with their healing and everything. You can decide even to put Volca in front of Abomination, or you can put Abomination in front of Volca, or depending on your builds. I'd recommend Abom first, but basically what I'm saying is Abomination is so tanky, he doesn't really need the healing outside of the Volca healing, and he can just get the job done and heal himself up, because these units, they don't deal damage. They really do not deal much damage at all. It's just, hold on, come on. Yeah, it's very close on top side, but we got it done here. Yeah, he can just heal himself because these guys deal barely any damage. So you don't need a tank for the damage really. You just need a tank like the Isolde for the block. That's the only reason why you have the Isolde. We have it for the block. So there we go. Right, and now the boss is gonna come in. The tanky guy, you see that? Gluttony eats him up again, taking care of him. And now it's just a matter of time. The boss is here. He can't get anything, as you can see. He can't do anything to that Abomination. The Abomination heals too much, even without the healer. This is why I have him placed there, and this is this is why Abomination is so good for this. He's just amazing for this, honestly. And that's the fight done, really. That's the fight done. As free to play friendly as possible. The stronger your units, the less your gear requirements. Now the gear that I've used can be tuned down a large margin. The gear that I've used in this fight can be tuned down a large margin. You saw it in that fight already, right? They were able to kill these mobs easily. The only thing that was struggling was the top side with the Gluttony, because we used the Scorch, and Scorch is pretty much a terrible unit. But we still managed to do it with the Scorch. So let's go over the gear for you guys as well, so you kind of see kind of the gear. So we have attack, and crit damage. Bunch of attack, right? And then we have for Abomination, I built him relatively tanky. And then we have attack, and crit damage. And I put this set on him. You don't really need that. Huh? You can go for more damage on him. You can go for way more damage on him. You can go for a Warlord set. It would be way better. Kind of low attack speed on him, just like on Volkop. But yeah, Eye of Sin as well here. Yeah, Eye of Sin works wonders here in these fights. If you have Volka's own artifact, use her own. It is really just like stage 20 and 22. It's a bit of an artifact check for this artifact. But yeah, a bunch of Eye of Sins really will make that fight a lot easier. You don't really need them all maxed. As you saw, the damage was plenty. The damage was plenty. My team was overtuned, even though we kind of used free-to-play friendly team comp. Then we have Astrid, attack, 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 triple attack, Eye of Sin. Then we have two of the more important ones, and that is gonna be Scorch. Scorch is just as much attack as possible to make up for his low attack base stats. And then we have Hollow, just like that. You could also run Hollow with a morale set. That's also something important actually for one of the most important things is actually this one. Isolde, as you saw, these guys don't deal any damage. So Isolde, go for a morale set. Huh? Go for a morale set. It will give you even more damage. Isolde doesn't need that much tankiness at all. Just give her a morale set, Bastion Ring, and she'll be good to go. She'll be good to go. But who needs a lot of tankiness and who cannot go for a morale set is going to be Gluttony. So if we go take a look for the big Gobbler, so we really need Gluttony on that Guardian set. He really needs the Guardian set to survive a lot easier. I gave him a bunch of attack speed as well. You can go for triple HP as well. The attack speed was just to help him deal a bit of damage for the Scorch, because Scorch, like I said, is terrible unit. You can run some more Rage Regen on him, some attack speed, and as much bulk as possible. And Lunacy Visor for even more bulk on him. And that's it already from my side. I hope you learned something. I hope it helps for you guys all. And stay tuned for the other guides, everything Watcher of Realms related. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, whatever. I'm Ronaldo. I wish you all a blessed day, and I'm out. Peace.